Let's unbox.あれ今さっきまで携帯持ってた感じがしたんだけど。携帯鳴らす方法ないんだよな。鳴らす方法ないんだよ。どこだ。 That's a good one. Yeah. Gachi de doko? Gachi doko? Minnie, welcome back. Sorry, I'm trying to find my phone. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure where it went. Literally had it like a moment ago. Set. Hmm? Maybe I left it in the bathroom? Did I even take it with me to the bathroom? I'm gonna go check the restroom real quick. I might have left it in there, but don't I don't know if I even took it with me. That's the weird thing. But yeah, let me check. Let me check. Maybe I did kind of. Yeah, not only did I forget my phone, I also forgot my mask. Oops. Um, but no, I grabbed them. I must have just really not been paying attention. Alright, anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna just get back to studying. Maybe some snacks. Alright, let's get started. I should set up some way to have camera on. Oof. Name it. Oh, Monarcy, welcome back. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm glad that, that, so my mom was saying, like, she was gonna send it back, and I'm like, if she didn't, she thought, it was sent to the wrong person, so she was gonna send it back, and I'm like, why can't you just hold on to it? Why did you have to look it up? But, yeah, I mean, it's better than getting my merch sent back to Japan, right? So, I could complain, but really I should have, put it under my own name. I don't know why. I guess I put it under the stream account when I ordered it, so I guess it probably just took that name. Because the credit card, I don't have any credit cards under the name Takahara Tamaki, right? So, so I think what probably happened was that, I used the right card, obviously, because I paid for it, but it probably used the name of the account. Yeah. Well, as a side thing, I did ask my mom, so how hard is it to actually get a Japanese credit card? Um, and just as a side question, and she was like, yeah, you need proof of income, basically. So I was like, well, that's not happening. Well, I mean, proof of income in Japan, right? So, yeah. So I did tell them don't watch the channel. They said that they watched a video, and I can guess which video they watched, but I was like, yeah, okay, so, it's fine that you know about the channel, just don't watch it. Now, I think what I'm just gonna say here is that I will be very, very, very surprised if if they actually do that, I to the point where I'd say, you know, if this were a novel and they actually didn't, you know, they actually do, as I said, and not watch the channel, then that would be like a major character arc, you know? like like we're talking that level. So whether they do that, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if they've changed at all in the past 2 decades. But anyway, um you're yeah, so I don't think you were, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, no. So I think what the video that they saw is probably the like the shitty like soda cup problem one that I made ages ago. The one about like if you go to McDonald's and then you've you know you got two drinks but you can't tell the difference between them. How do you? Yeah, the thing with the straw, right? So um yeah. I mean, actually, I guess I can see because all I have to do is look at the viewer count in the past 2 days. Because really, they're probably the only people that have watched. Actually, you know, that's a good point. Sorry. No, I just let me just before I get back to studying, let me see what videos of mine have, because I can sort by view count, right? Oh, this is so meta. Ah, see? Wait, no, 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 no. Let me see. It's still processing data from the last 3 days. Okay. So I can't actually see analytics data. Um, could have been the short version. Yeah, okay, so I can't actually see it until a few more days from now, actually, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm guessing it's the soda cup one because that's the only thing on my channel besides the stream archives, right? And they said that it was like an anime, there was a drawn anime character on there, so uh you know, by process of elimination. Now they could have just pulled up a random stream, of course, but I really doubt it. Right, anyway, back to work. Oh right, I paused because the video lagged out, right? So yeah, anyway, I mean that's all there is. Yeah, how's life on your end, I guess? Bought a new game. New game is in new to you. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. 2014, yo, what's it called? The Last of Us from Oh, really? Okay. Right, yeah. Um like the like the like the up the right, the remaster for the first game, right? Not the remake of hmm? Oh, that's confusing actually, but sorry, isn't is that I think that's right, right? Like so there was The Last of Us and then the remaster of The Last of Us as in the original like PS3, I guess the PS3 4 era, right? Um it was right in the middle, I think there. And then there's a new remake of the original game with like updated graphics and everything, which is The Last of Us Part 1, right? If I remember correctly. Is that the right order? But anyway, yeah. Right. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is before they did the whole graphical update and or the graphical overhaul, I guess. I guess graphical remake is probably the right phrase, right? Because the remaster would be probably presumably a graphical update, but the remake would be a graphical remake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I heard it's a good game, right? Like, I mean, I remember when it first when I back when it came out, I remember hearing good things about it. So, although I'm not quite sure what I'm not really in up to date with the whole. I know there's some controversy with the remakes, um, but at the very least, the original game was pretty well. Like, I mean, I heard it was a really good game, if anything, right? Uh, to a recent Resident Evil game. So I'm assuming like 7, 8. I mean, I haven't really played either of them anyway, but yeah. I mean, it's what I'm sure you're used to by now. It'd be more surprising if you found a game I have played rather than games I haven't played, right? 7, 8, 2 room. Oh right, yeah, there's a remake of 2. Yes, I remember now. In fact, no, I remember. I remember Iris was playing the remake of 2, so I should have known that. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, did you already finish the game then? Playing around. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Sounds good, sounds good. Yeah, have fun. 疲れた。Video's lagging out again. You know, this watching these lecture videos makes me realize like I wish having like a dial was standard on like keyboards. Because I'm scrolling and playing back the video, and sometimes I want to click a or I want to scroll back the or uh, but yeah, well, like I just wish dials were more common like on a keyboard, just because like there's times when I want to scroll back, like 30 or scrub back like 30 seconds. Sometimes I want to scrub back 5 seconds, but I can't, do that on a keyboard unless I do like tap 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 tap. So like I think right now it's very software dependent. So like sometimes one tap is 10 seconds, sometimes one tap is 1 second. So worst case scenario, like in this case, I think one tap is 5 seconds, I think it's about. So I have to tap 6 times to go back 30 seconds. But if tapping back once is 1 second, then to go back 30 seconds, I need to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again, like I can like rapid tap it 30 times or something. So I just wish dials were more common. Just having one dial that you could map to something on your keyboard. Yeah. Whatever. And I guess the scroll wheel would be fine for that if, you know, it would just work. Might go for a break. A, because it's been an hour, and then B, because it's a good stopping point in the lecture recording. I don't really want to go outside though, because I bet it's hot. Let me see how bad it is. I want to go to the convenience store, get some coffee and some snacks or something, so um yeah, I'm gonna see how hot it is. It'd be a good chance to charge my phone as well. Yeah, it's way too hot outside. Thing happened yesterday. Big group of people for what? Like work? Oh, you know what? Is it football? Because I heard there was a bunch of games yesterday. Hmm. Oh, really? No, I thought I had it right. Oh, pretty confident that it was football, but whatever. Um, but anyway, oh, you were at work. Okay. Well, I mean, what can you do, right? On Discord. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I suppose, you know, if you didn't care about professionalism, you probably could have participated from work, but it's good to be professional about things, right? So, well, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know the details, so yeah. I mean, I suppose if there's any commentary I can give on it is um I mean, we've kind of already mentioned this before, but it, you know, just the question of like how do you see a career out of what you're doing right now? Because I don't know. To me, like I'm honestly not sure what path, you know, you should I use should in a very broad sense here, right? Take. I don't know if continuing to work where you're, you know, at your current job is the right thing. I don't know if going back to school is the right thing. I don't know if, you know, just find a hobby forehead is the right thing. Like, I don't know. But well, see, the reason why I bring this up is because um you're right, but this is what I'm getting at. The like this is a big issue with working in healthcare, right? I think I mentioned before that my aunt is also what is it called? Is it considered like it's like hospice, um but does it count as hospice care if they go to the person's house? It's like on-call hospice, I don't know. Um Well, but it's not on call because it's just like a. Anyway, the point is, so you know, I from through her, I've heard what kind of schedule a lot of you know healthcare professions demand, in addition to just kind of having heard in general. But um, like there are benefits to you know get to being able to work consecutive days, and then just getting consecutive days off. But the reality is, right? Like it's not a easy schedule to work with, right? So, you know, if all your friends have a similar schedule, then that works out. But it's a drastically different, you know, schedule on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis than, you know, the average person. Um, but so you know, this is going to keep happening, right? This you're going to keep missing out on these big big gatherings. And I do wonder if I wouldn't say, throw, shoot, like you got to be practical, obviously, right, and choose, some moderate balance. But I don't know. It feels like I don't know how often this happens, but um, if missing out on these things because of your work schedule is super common, then it might be worth, you know, reevaluating that. I don't know. You like your job? Okay, I guess if you like your job, then there's how does that work? I mean, it's the consequence of you know the the type of schedule you have, right? So not that you're not that you're not allowed to get mad, but rather, um, I mean, if you like your job, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you like your job, then you should keep working there. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, so how often do these big get-togethers even happen? Because, the alternative angle is, well, if these gatherings just happen all the time, then it doesn't matter if you miss like every fifth one, you just do them, right? Like, if it only happens once a year, then well, that fucking sucks. But then, one solution would be change your schedule, but the other solution is just do it 5 times more often, and then you'll definitely be able to go to one every, once a year, right? So, yeah. So there's always the brute force the problem angle or solution to attach loop. So, again, I don't think there's anything. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to make an assessment about, whether something's within moderation or not. But, because obviously I don't know enough about the circumstances. Uh, uh, yeah, I think it's difficult. Um, especially with VTubing, you or like with even not even VTubers, just streamers in general, right? Or these, no, even just content creators in general, right? Like, um, you know, I feel like there's definitely a group that gets super attached to people, or like, even like celebrities, right? And then there's also a group of people that are like, oh, it's not healthy or it's not good to get super attached. And I'm like, I, you know, people's circumstances are there's a lot of commonalities between everyone's circumstances, but they're also unique enough that some blanketed statement or some, broad generalized statement like that usually isn't really helpful, right? So I don't know if, enough about your circumstances to say whether or not you're too attached and what, like, so essentially the question is, borrowing your language here, are you too attached? Like, what if you're too attached, then what is moderate level of attachment? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Are you already at that moderate level? Are you way past it? I don't know. But so at the same time, I don't know if that's something that needs to be fixed or not. So you're right. If you find more people to hang out with, then, you know, in general, you would expect the attachment to any single group to somewhat decrease as a function of how much time you spend with that group. But is that really something you need to do? Not worrying about it? But like, so yeah, like if you got mad, then maybe there's something there. But like being disappointed about getting left out of a group event, that's not at all unreasonable or unexpected, right? In fact, if it really didn't bother you, that would kind of mean that they're like borderline friends, right, in your mind. Or at least I'm borrowing a general definition for friendship. I don't know the specific, bound or lines that you draw for what is a friend and what is not, right? But if we borrow, you know, what I think the general consensus for what a friend is, then if you didn't care at all about being left out, then I think by a lot of people's definitions, you know, they would question if that's even a friend group, right? So feeling left out, I think, is totally natural given the circumstance. Um, you know, getting mad about it might be, you know, right, like that's not good obviously, but you know, feeling left out in and of itself I don't think is necessarily unreasonable, right? So, but again, yeah, so like I don't know. Like if you want to hang out with them more and they want to hang out with you more, um then yeah, I feel like the solution, like one thing is yes, obviously find more people to hang out with. Like if you want to hang out with people and your current friend group just doesn't have time, then yeah, one solution definitely is to hang out with different people. And you know, statistically you'll you know, statistically you know, there's a much higher probability of finding a group that can fit your schedule. But you know, again, if that's not possible, or if that's too time consuming, or that's unrealistic for some other reason, then like I said before, right? Like then, you know, if you want to hang out with them more and they want to hang out with you more, then just brute force increase the number of, you know, times you guys hang out. Which is obviously easier said than done, but you know, I never said the solution was easy. I was just, you know, saying, you know, if the focus is this specific friend group, then you know, I would first tackle why increasing the number of meetups or whatever or big events isn't reasonable, right? Like I don't know. Like you know, in my mind, you know, there's like people have families and stuff, but then you know, just make it like a family thing. Make it like a or like you know, I'm using kind of you know in person like offline meetups as an example here, but right like if if you know kids are busy with school or something or you know then you know like you know even like going to the movies or something, right? Like have a movie night at you know one person's house and make everyone drag their families with them, right? They're you know it's an easy way for the kids to have fun and then the parents can hang out or something, right? Or you know, like if it's a friend group that plays video games and they're all local, then you know, have a local LAN party. You know, it's not easy, but it's also not hard to, you know, if you can't fit everyone into, you know, the same house, then, you know, community center, borrow a room for, you know, a day or something, or, you know, it's not easy, obviously, but, you know, it's usually if you organize that once, then organizing it again is much easier, right? So. Yeah. Again, yeah, in your case, I don't know. Um, I don't think it's unreasonable to feel left out. I do agree that, you know, maybe um or you know, I think even like getting angry about it, that's not an unreasonable response, right? Whether or not that anger should be, you know, directed at someone is a separate matter, but or some person or some group is a separate matter, of course, but you know, in terms of is that a an expected response or is that yeah, is that response within the realm of what you expect, then at least in my mind it is. So, I mean, you know, what can you do? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Um, oh, I think I've taken enough of the break. Or I could browse Twitter a little bit more. Actually, I shouldn't browse this. I shouldn't browse Twitter at work because I think some of my follows are not safe for work. So before IT gets pissed, um, I think we'll stop browsing Twitter. Yeah, let me hang up. I mean, I mentioned this to LSAO too because he popped by and the other day to say some stuff and like I'm not doing shit. All I'm doing is streaming, so but if you're getting something out of it, then that's good, right? Or hopefully it is. I guess it's not inherently good, but yeah. Fun. I mean, I think your definition of fun by that logic is very different from other people's, but but again, if you're gaining something from it. Sorry, I just I just popped open Reddit really quick, but I'm looking at the university subreddit and there's a thread that's like where to work today or where to do work today. And it's like the poster's like procrastinated all week and forgot all the libraries and buildings would be closed today. I know suggestions. And I'm like, oh man, the benefits of having building access. Yeah. I feel bad, but not enough to put a reply. I mean, really, what is my reply gonna do? Like, oh, just get building access forehead. Like, like, yeah, sure, that's helpful. Yeah, and so I remember last year, and this is kind of part of my break. So I'm just trying to, you know, stall for time until it gets cooler in the day. But um, one benefit of yeah, or when I was rooming with or when I had a roommate and he's history major, right? So when we're talking about how like the funding in humanities is far less than STEM, which it is, right? Like it's significantly different, I think, between history and or let's see, between I think the humanities, the for humanities the student wage goes down to like 25K, I want to say, whereas in like physics, for example, it'll be anywhere between like 30 and 40K. So even within the same campus, there's a drastic difference in funding, right? And that's just for, you know, grad students. Um, it's so and, but you can kind of see how like there's a difference in funding, and it's not at all trivial. But one of the things that definitely did surprise me is that in spite of the humanities having a decent number of buildings, there doesn't seem to be like a open collaborative like studying or like like working area. Like architecture students will have, that's not really humanities, but what I mean, but like like for example, architecture has you know like studio space in one of the buildings, and like music has their like if you're I think if you're enrolled in one of the higher level music classes, you get your own, or you can enter the music booth, or like the sound booths like any time of the day. any like building access. But surprisingly, for like many humanities, or majors, apparently there isn't like a something like that where you can just go in and do that. Um, well, no, sorry. So the point is just that, like physics, for example, we have a reading room downstairs in one of the one on the first floor of one of the buildings. So at the beginning of the year, you can apply for building access, and the only requirement is that you're a physics student, because or if you're taking a physics class, I think is actually the requirement, and that gives you building access, essentially. And it only gives you building access and the ability to open one set of doors, or one room, but that's enough to get air conditioning just immediately, right? So, and my my roommate before, since he was history, like I asked him, like, is there nothing like that? And I have a hard time believing there's absolutely nothing, but even if there is something, it clearly wasn't advertised enough, because he certainly didn't know about it. So he was complaining all summer about sweating like a in the apartment. And then there was some construction in our apartment too at the time, in a different building, or different rooms. So he's complaining about the noise with construction and the heat and the AC not, we didn't have AC, and so on and so forth. I although even when the libraries opened back up, he didn't go to them for whatever reason, so I think at least that was on him. But yeah, no, it was just something that I thought, like, in terms of like that's a non-trivial thing that I think people kind of should look at when they apply to universities, right? Like, does my major have, obviously, just good funding in general, but like, does it show in like the facilities? Because yeah, because those facilities are where you're going to be studying all the time, right? So if it doesn't matter if the department has great funding, if it doesn't really show in the facilities, then the only way you're going to take advantage of it is if you do research with a professor who has access to that money, right? So yeah. But yeah, so I feel bad for this person that's trying to find a place to study, but I mean, there's tons of coffee shops. I'm sure they can find somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna look up laptop deals. Anyway, yeah, have fun with your The Last of Us, or that was really currently doing. Yeah, today I wanted to get more studying done, and then I wanted to look up some of those vocal mixing tutorials, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, at least at this rate. Still listening? Yeah, right, yeah, no, I just don't want to take your focus too far off um, of the game. Alright, I think that's been enough of a break. Let's get back to the lecture. Excuse me. That went down the wrong throat. Or wrong tube. Hey Skullmeat, welcome back. Surprisingly, I'm actually studying for once, so so there's that. Yeah. Oh yeah, and as you probably saw on Discord, yeah, the Journey merch ended up doxing me. Yeah. I totally forgot to, yeah. Oops, oh well. Yeah. It's not like it's actually a problem, but oh yeah, no, I was just saying that you as you probably saw on Discord, the Journey merch ended up doxing me. That's it, that's it. I'm gonna study, so feel free to go back to the game. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine trade-off because the worst case scenario, my mom was gonna send the stuff back. So I was like, sure, fine, fine. At least she didn't mail it back. What is this? Yeah, sorry, so what is this? When did this happen? Really want to go out to get some snacks at the convenience store, but it's still too hot. She made that face. Oh, this is recent. Okay. Last night. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. So last night I was in the office doing some extra cleanup, but I have everything set up now. So tonight, and this is part of the reason why I'm studying from the office today, but tonight I'm gonna do some more, you know, recording, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so what happened yesterday? Just look it up on. Is there a? Oh, maybe it's member only. All right. Okay. Let's see. If you're looking for a cute anime, sorry, if you're looking for a cute anime girl with an anime voice, start at this point. If you get this, wait for this day. Um, Kate, is that Kate's FD20 or ITF D20? I could see it being Kai TF as in like Kai the fuck, but anyway, very you tell me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really sure where to parse that username, but if you're, yeah, so, you know, yeah, if you want to study, then, feel free to. I'm gonna just keep working. Kate, so it is Kate, okay. Or is that, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully it is Kate. Anyway, or hopefully it is that pronunciation. But yeah. So again, yeah, you can as you saw by the title, yeah, studying, uh, or more like I have a lecture recording that I'm going back through because I missed some stuff. So yeah, cool. Yeah, let's study. I mean, I'm just gonna be kind of quietly taking notes. So yeah. Metatron official, if you're looking for a cute anime girl with a cute anime voice, sorry to disappoint. If you get this, feel free to stay. Hi. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm studying, so, yeah. Sorry, I'm in the middle of, like, one part, but let me finish writing it. Okay, this is getting annoying. But who owns Box? The company, or the software company, like the cloud storage company Box. Who owns this company? Because I swear it's like I don't. How does this work? Why is this so shit? Is it because it's do they actually host servers or do they just give software? Who do I have to blame? Like it looks like they host their own servers. So I can totally blame Box's software and servers for why I can't watch a video without, refreshing the page like 3 times. Or over the course of a, what, 10-minute video. Oh, K-Style, welcome back. Yeah, yeah, I'm actually studying for once, right? Yeah, sorry about the. Well, I'm hoping the streams will be more regular going forward. We'll see. I I kind of messed up. Um, I was gonna do some groceries today, which would have put me totally on track again, but I kind of I wired up the battery wrong, which isn't at all dangerous. Well, I mean, I guess fundamentally wiring up a battery wrong is dangerous, right? But um, I I I didn't really think about it, and I put the batteries I had in parallel instead of series, so it's not outputting enough of so it has enough, I can pull enough current out of it. It's just I don't have enough of a voltage across the battery to run my motor. Um, so long story short is that I don't only have enough battery power uh, to commute to the office, but not enough to go to the supermarket. So that kind of derailed my plans. But tomorrow I'll um, borrow the soldering iron from the lab and wire up the batteries properly. So probably do groceries then. But anyway, so the point is just that I not everything I didn't fully, you know, deal with everything this weekend, but I do need to study because there is a homework set due at the end of the week this week, so so we're doing that right now. And we'll figure out the groceries whenever. I'm putting a good amount of hours in for work, so I can afford to get you know I can afford takeout for a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna just get back to work.お疲れ。いや、もうガチでお疲れだよ。Yeah. The depressing thing is that it's taken 2 hours to get through, I think, half an hour of course material. That's the really painful part. So, I mean, I think, it is what it is, right? Like on one hand I can bitch and complain about it, but like on the other hand, by enrolling, in this class or just by, going to college in general, like I kind of signed up for this anyway, right? Like I knew what I was getting into. So, yeah. I'm still gonna complain though. Yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. There could be no, lectures to review, right? So there could be no lecture recordings. That would really suck. So. I don't want grilled cheese. So my dad said he knew a guy back in college who would literally just like sit down at his desk and like or whatever wherever he was working, and he would just like have just like a plate of grilled cheese, and he just is that how they make grilled cheese in chat? But apparently he'd just like just make a ton of grilled cheese and then just like sit there and then solve problem sets. And I don't know, just right now I really get that feeling. Like wanting to just like it is problem sets or even just studying, yeah, that is a grilled cheese moment for sure. Unfortunately, I don't think I can cook in the office without or and I don't think I can cook in here and not trigger the fire alarm. So yeah, we'll just have to there. Almost. Let's see if I can finish this part by 5 o'clock. I don't think I can go get grilled cheese anywhere, but maybe I can get like chili fries or something. Yeah, there's a good hot dog place. Maybe I'll just do hot dogs. Um, I really do feel more like grilled cheese right now. How is it possible? There must be somewhere that sells grilled cheese. There must be. It's like literally bread and cheese. Like every sandwich place should be able to offer it. Oh yeah, does Subway have grilled cheese as an option? Is that a thing they can do? People say it sucks though. Never mind. And the video crashed again. Or the video player crashed. I need a pause. Let's see. It's video for 1 minute 30 seconds. I need to pause because my iPad is literally at 3% power. I'm gonna go see outside, see how hot is it, or hot it is. Might be cool enough to go, well, it's a little bit late to get a snack, but it's a little early to get, you know. And just roll around in the office, I guess. Actually, I was meaning to do some cable management. Maybe we'll do. Alright, let's see, how hot is it outside? Yeah, way too hot outside. I'm not going out there. Maybe once the sun comes down, but certainly not now. Let's see. Yeah, so I need to wait for my iPad to charge. Let's do some cable management then. Let's do some cable management. Let's go downstairs and grab some cable ties and stuff. Or twist ties. Alright, I'll be right back. Actually, is there anything I need to take down there? Yeah, let me take this out. So, maybe it's worth buying like a 15. I don't know what the iPad uses. It's like a what, 11 or 15 watt charger. Maybe it's worth buying one. Siri, welcome back. Yeah, actually, you keep catching me when I'm not actually studying. Yeah, no, I studied for about, what, 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. So right now I'm taking a break, namely because my iPad is at like 3% charge, so I need to charge my iPad, so I thought it was a good time to take a break, so now I'm gonna do some cable management. But, yeah, how's it going? I think today is really just gonna be a studying day. Where did my cable ties go? Oh, there they are. Yeah, it's too hot outside. Going pretty good? Nice, that's good to hear. At least someone's day is going good. I mean, I guess my day isn't bad. I've got a good amount of studying done. The problem is just it's so hot. So I want to go get a, or I wanted to go get a snack earlier, but it's just so hot. I'm like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. Are you crazy? Like, so kind of procrastinating in that sense. In Saxon, oh, I'm at the office right now. That's the thing. Yeah, I wanted to do some recording. Well, I wanted to do it yesterday, but it took longer than I thought to set some stuff up. So I kind of just napped at the office. So I'm at the office right now. And the benefit is that, you know, here in the office there's air conditioning. That's a big plus right now. How hot it is today. But the downside is there's no sat. Yeah. Yeah. Perks of working on campus, right? Perks of perks of doing research. I guess you're not guaranteed to get your own off or get an office, but yeah. So like, I think what's normally happens is that all undergrads will get a desk, but for some reason there's a solid like 4 to 6 active undergrads in our lab, but in spite of that, I guess none of them have asked for like a desk. So I have like a desk to myself in one of our offices. So Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I get my own place to sit and everything. Yeah, I don't know why they don't ask. I mean, I guess one thing is that they don't want to have a they don't want to deal with having a desk, but like I don't know, to me it sounds like just having a desk is all, you know, I can't think of a necessarily like a downside. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not like there's partitions, so, if someone else is working from the office then or from our office then, we kind of share the space. But even that I consider is kind of a positive thing, right? Because you kind of have someone that you can kind of chat with if you get bored. I mean, I guess if you're doing work then you can't really chat with them, but you have the option to if you're just chilling out, right? So I don't know. I consider that a pretty big plus. So yeah, I don't know why no one else requested, or none of the other undergrads requested a desk, Um, yeah. Seems like a missed opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. Although today is Labor Day, right? So, um, although actually, wait, no, I saw someone else today. I was like, why are you here? It's Labor Day. Go enjoy it. Which is maybe a little bit hypocritical for me to say. But but I'm here to like study and shit, so it's not that surprising, right? I think they said there was some like IT issues, so they were sorting that out, but yeah, exactly, right? Like it's you get your own desk on campus, right? Like, and in addition to that, we have keycard access to one of the green buildings. So green as in like so in the city, for the city to give like green classification to a building, part of the requirement is that you have to have some percentage of energy generated on site via renewable resource, or via some renewable system, so like solar panels or such, right? But one of the other things is that, and I don't know if this is common with just how green places or green buildings are classified, but I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I mentioned on a stream before. I just don't know if I mentioned it to you, but one of the requirements or one of the guidelines is that, at least in Berkeley, is that the building needs to have showers so that people can commute via bicycle or just on foot. And so we have keycard access to a green building. So I have access to showers and and like a desk in an office. So it's like I didn't want to do it, but I was like, technically I could just live on on campus. Like all I need to do is bring like a stove or something. Yeah. Overnight study session. I think that might actually happen at some point in the future. Not because I want to, but because, just by virtue of like, how long it takes to get home and such. I don't, I have planned stuff such that if it's necessary, I've made it so that I could do it from the office. So that might happen in the future. We'll see. I won't go out of my way to do it, but I also have everything set up such that if it's required, I could totally do it. Yeah. Yes, I actually accounted for that. and then just gotta plug in the keyboard and mouse. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. The great thing is that even without office access, the department actually has a reading room slash like collaborative space or whatever they call it downstairs. So even if I didn't have keycard access via, you know, just working in a lab, students are still able, or at least students in our department are at least still able to come in any time of the day and study. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I actually mentioned, I was talking about this earlier, but I don't know how you would really do this research before, you know, applying to a university, but you know, one definitely maybe, I don't know if it's under considered factor, but I certainly didn't consider it too heavily, where I only like loosely considered it when I applied, was that how much funding your department has, not just in terms of like how many grants, but like how much of the funding for the department is actually spent on like facilities. Again, I don't know how you'd look that up, but it was a factor that I was like, you know, in retrospect, I should have looked that up a little more when I first applied. Because it worked out, but I also know it's not common to have that good funding, so. Yeah. Well, you know, there's everyone complains about the building being old and the elevators being shitty, but I mean, I feel like it's got money where it counts, you know? I know places like the history department and such. I know I knew someone that was in the history department, so this is the only reason why I know, but I know that places like the history department definitely have a bit of a funding issue. Still works for exactly right. Yeah, exactly. If it if it's still running, it doesn't need to be fixed. Yeah, which is I think a reasonable statement, you know? Like as much as it would be a nice quality of life improvement, like if I were to ask, would I rather have a nice elevator or a fixed air conditioner, right? Like 9 times out of 10 I'm choosing the air conditioner, right? So ultimately the funding goes to stuff like maintenance, which again I'm not, you know, saying is a bad thing. If anything, I agree with the spending in that regard. Okay, almost done. Yeah, the cable management was a good choice, or a good idea. The desk looks a lot less cluttered now. Still looks a bit cluttered, but it's much more acceptable clutter now. Right, yeah, exactly. Although I don't think the AC is busted in our office, but I don't know. I just don't see a thermostat and I don't feel the AC running, but it's super cold. So I don't know if it's running on like passive mode or something in our office, but I just wish I knew where the thermostat was. I don't think it's even in the room. I mean, thankfully, right, the overall the building is cooled, so it still functions, but it does get a little hot sometimes. Or not hot, but it gets warm. Again, I'm not complaining though. Or it's not enough to really kick up a fuss. Yeah. There it goes better. Oh, just to say, well, So it's an office with what, four, it could fit 5 desks. Yeah. It's an office that could fit 5 desks, but there's only 2 people that actively use it, myself and then one of my colleagues. So who is a graduate student, so um I guess make of that what you will. But it's a room for just for our group, I guess is maybe the more pertinent question. Although, and I think, yeah, having a room per group is pretty normal for our school or this university, but or not per group, but but you know, rooms being allocated to specific professors. I think that's pretty normal. But I've seen other universities have uh, rooms that are kind of like open collaboration spaces, and that's pretty cool too. It's just not what we're doing, but I think that'd be pretty cool too. I think that setup is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have multiple rooms that are kind of scattered about. I don't know how our professor does it, but he seems to keep just getting rooms. Like, apparently there's a professor that's retiring sometime in the next few years, and he's already talking about like getting one of that professor's like lab room, not like office rooms, but like lab rooms. What experiments going in there? I don't know. He'll probably knowing this our PI he'll probably just, you know, be like, oh, you know, I've been always wanting to test something, and he'll just set up a new experiment or something. Really fun guy to work with, but, you know, every weekend he's working on something new, so it's tough to keep up. I think he and one of our collaborators were working on some kind of like, you know, grade or it was like a grade school level like STM, like the microscope like project, and they were talking about how they were using like it's just so funny. It's like um so he has the setup in like the electronics room, and they were talking about how they were like using a bottle cap as like a storage, or not a storage, but like a container to hold like some like sodium hydroxide to like make the probe for it. And anyway, yeah, so it's a fun workplace. Elsayo, welcome back. Felt good. That's good. Yeah, again, it's nice for you to nice of you to, you know, to to say that, because you know it is, you know, doing, you know, as I mentioned before, it's I don't really do anything, right? So if the stream was it's good to hear that the stream's helpful, even though I'm not really doing anything to to kind of facilitate that, but it is good to hear that, or it is nice to hear that it's helpful to someone. Yeah. Sounds like a fun experience. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's very interesting because our professor is very good with like analog electronics. So he was talking about how dude, how they have some sort of feedback loop to detect the I think it's the well it must be the change in resistance of whatever they're trying to dissolve. But the idea is that they have this whatever metal they're going to use as the like STM probe uh, inside or that gets like inserted into I don't know if it's sodium hydroxide actually. It's some kind of chemical, and then they need to set a potential across the probe into the chemical. But when the potential is when the electric potential is set, then it starts dissolving the probe for whatever reason. And I guess they use the resistance of the probe as information in a feedback loop to determine when the probe has been like dissolved enough to make like a sharp tip. But the funny thing is that what the collaborators are bio people, so they have some really fancy microscopes. So she the other day when she visited, she brought by these like pictures that show like the difference between like dissolving or the difference in sharpness between like dissolving the probe versus like cutting it using other technologies. And it's like it's really sharp, and it's but this is like not an afternoon I guess, but this is like a side project for them. This is like the family bonding project for both their families. It's so hilarious. Our professor is busy right now, or sorry, our PI is busy right now, so I haven't had the chance to ask him. But I really want to ask him if how what he thinks about kind of really not maybe standardizing the project, but you know kind of formatting it as something really presentable, like for people to try. I think on one hand, I can see why he would be hesitant against that because you don't really want to promote people, be like, hey, let's make a cool microscope. First thing you need to buy is like 5 molar, whatever acid from, Sigma Aldrich. And it's like, yeah, I don't, that's not really something you want to promote, right? Like just buying random, maybe not random, but buying, somewhat dangerous chemicals from, I think it's good to buy it from the right suppliers, but, I don't know how he feels about, say like, making a tutorial out of the project because, um, it's not that there should be what do you call it? Not that we should, gatekeep the information, but we also, you know, have, some degree of responsibility towards making sure that, people don't hurt themselves from, you know, trying these things, right? So, um, yeah. But I don't know. I just thought it was funny that this is his idea of or there because both our collaborator as well. This is their idea of a fun family bonding project. Yeah, my project is different. So I guess the long story short becomes um uh let's see, this professor is an AMO physics professor. So AMO is an atomic molecular optical physics, right? So so he's got a lot of projects. I guess I don't actually know all the projects, but he's got a mix of like solid physics projects like what do you call it, like precision measurement physics, but he's also got like biophysics projects. In fact, there's one that they're planning to commercialize. So just last week, the I don't remember who the partner for the commercialization is, but the some engineers, I think a group of several engineers from I don't remember what company it was, but came by to visit one of the other teams in our group. Um, oh, sorry, I'll say what? Um, there. Oh, okay, yeah. Having a compliment, yeah. But yeah. Have fun with The Walking Dead. I'll catch you later, I assume. So yeah. Take it easy as well. Uh, yeah. But yeah. So I'm specifically working on one of our my PI's biophysics projects though. Um, which makes sort of makes sense because or I mean, which might sound a little weird because it's like, okay, this person is atomic, molecular, optical physics, but why do they have biophysics projects? Well, he has this biophysics project, or at least the one we were working on, because it uses an optical method, i.e. lasers, right, to detect like action potentials, like in cells. So you can see where the relevance of his skill set comes into play, right? So I can give you the full project explanation, but I realize it's not super interesting for some people. So um, yeah, but long story short is that we have I'm working on a biophysics project that involves optical methods for biopotential detection. Yeah. I can give the full explanation, but see, this is the thing where I'm not really sure how seriously I should take like doxing myself, because the moment I describe my research, it becomes a matter of like, the research project shows up on probably like the first page of Google if you put in the right terms. And from that, it's fairly trivial to get to our group page. So I've been fine with explaining it, but it's on the stipulation that or it's with the request that whoever listens to the explanation doesn't go out of their way to look at the names involved. Yeah, yeah. Our commercialization is a lot further ahead, but it was interesting to see because this professor is very practical guy. So the project that is working on commercialization is yeah, it's funny because last yeah, actually that's true, yeah. Although my iPad is still not charged and it's almost 6 o'clock, so I think I was actually gonna go for dinner and then I'll probably start back at like 7 or 8. I don't know. Yeah, I need to give a lot of time for this to charge because I only have like the 5 watt charger and it's one of the newer iPads, so it's not super new, but yeah, rip iPad. So I said this, or I was thinking about this earlier, but um, I might just buy like the higher watt chargers, or maybe just like a not like an off-brand one from Amazon, just to keep in the office. Because if it's, I don't know how much they cost, but if I can get like an off-brand like iPad charger that high or higher power or higher, I guess, charging speed like thing from Amazon for maybe like 15-20 bucks, then I probably earn back that time in like a day, right, of work. So I might just order one right now. Yeah. I don't know if I'll go for an official charger, but at the same time I don't need the super high powered ones. I think it's a 6th gen iPad, so I think it uses the 11 watt chargers. Let me see. It looks like they recommend the 20 watt charger, which is like 30 bucks. No, you can get the 12 watt one. Yeah, they say they also. I wonder which one. I have to check the one I have at home, see which one it actually comes with. But yeah, if it's like 20 bucks, okay, yeah, sure. But I mean, it's expensive, but like getting 12 watt. Okay, then yeah. So like if it's 12, if right, like $20 for a 12 watt, USB charger is honestly overpriced. But it's also not so overpriced that I would really complain, right? Like I could walk down to there's an Apple store like what, an hour away, walking. So I could literally just go tomorrow and pick one up. Um, yeah, like if 12 watt, yeah, like that's $20. Yeah, I might as well go and also get like an AirTag while I'm at it. I bicycle to work, so I've been meaning to buy an AirTag, but yeah, like this isn't that bad. Just for reference though, let's see. 12 watt iPad charger, Amazon. How much cheaper is it actually to go knock off? Oh wait, you can get it cheaper on Amazon. Okay. There's literally a discount right now. So, um, yeah. Yeah, they are pretty expensive, right? But I mean, I think the biggest selling point for me is definitely that, you know, all compatible or most iPhones essentially in the world are, you know, are part of the network, right? So, or basically all Apple devices are part of the network, unless you explicitly opt out. So, and then also noting that I think Apple just passed 50% market share, right, for mobile devices. So, like, if that's the case, then, you know, the chances of, you know, an AirTag getting detected and, you know, found is probably a lot higher than, you know, some of the other brands. And then, you know, if I already have Apple devices, it's a lot simpler to set up, right? So I'm tempted to buy one. But also I'm not super in a rush. But yeah, so like I could pay what, like 12, 13 bucks for a 12 watt charger, or I could just buy the official one for 18 bucks. Like, that's not even a big deal. Yeah, okay, so I'll order this later. Let's just put it in my cart. What else do I need to buy? And I have enough cables. I guess I could buy cables too, but I don't need them. Anyway, yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for dinner. And then wait for this to charge. Maybe do some shopping. I feel like I'm spending way too much money though. Yeah, and then after I eat and get back, more studying. I don't know if I'll actually do class studying, but um, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Great. So Wasuri and I guess AV and watch your budging. Exactly. Yeah, you know, I've gotten so carried away with the fact that I actually have a job now, right? Because my PI pays me like I'm paid or I'm paid through work study, so I do get money for doing research, right? So I have been getting a little bit carried away with my spending, so especially with all this takeout, right? So I do agree I need to be a bit more careful with my spending. Um, but but yeah, so Wasuri, AV, Skullmeat, Monoristi, I think LCO went back to watching The Walking Dead, right? So he's probably gone. And who else? Uh, who was it? Someone else. I guess K-Style was also here. I guess Kate was also here. And then, you know, anyone else that I missed, thanks for popping by or staying till the end or whichever. I'll be back in a few hours. I don't know how long. Well, let's see. It's about 6 o'clock right now. I'll be back in a few hours, yeah, to study again or do something. I don't know. I haven't really planned that out yet, but yeah. All right, yeah, thanks. So I'll just go for dinner then. All right. See you guys later.